After the critical and commercial success of Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Naughty Dog immediately began to develop a follow-up. 2 years later, they released the sequel, Uncharted 2: Among Thieves. This game is far more ambitious than its predecessor. Among Thieves is a true globe-trotting adventure, with characters visiting Istanbul, Borneo, and the Himalayas. Having learnt a lot while developing Drake's Fortune, Naughty Dog continued to push themselves. Unlike the first game, motion capture and dialogue were recorded at the same time. This change does make the performances feel more natural. Before we continue, be warned this video will include spoilers. With the series' main protagonist already established, Among Thieves takes the opportunity to better define the character of Nathan Drake. While Nate was always clearly meant to be the good guy, this game presents him as more actively heroic.
Honor among thieves, huh?
Something like that.
Among Thieves introduces two fellow treasure hunters from Nate's past, Harry Flynn and Chloe Fraser, played by Steve Valentine and Claudia Black. Flynn is introduced as charming and sarcastic, much like Nate himself.
Buy me a drink, sailor.
Harry Flynn? Hey! What the hell are you doing here?
I'm looking for you, mate.
Uh-oh. Should I be flattered or worried?
Maybe a bit of both.
However, it quickly becomes apparent that he lacks Nate's morality, inconsistent as it may be. It therefore isn't all that surprising when Flynn betrays Nate early on, outing himself as the game's secondary antagonist. The game cleverly contrasts these two versions of Flynn by pairing him with Nate in chapters 2 and 24.
Yeah. Yeah, I dropped it down for you.
Give me a boost, buddy.
There we go. Oh, look out, it's a stone's throw. Yeah. Hey! Sorry. Is that blocking your path?
Chloe is an old flame of Nate's, and the two quickly rekindle their romance. Chloe is a welcome addition to the series, and has since become a fan favourite character. However, as much as I like her, I've never been a fan of the Bond girl formula. I'm more interested in seeing existing relationships grow and develop. Chloe is a very different character to Elena Fisher.
Oh, is that an ancient Tibetan ritual dagger in your pocket?
Oh, maybe I'm just happy to see you. Yeah, hello.
This becomes especially clear when she and Nate run into Elena in chapter 6.
I'm sorry, am I sensing some history here?
Oh, Elena Fisher. Last year's model.
That's cute.
Funnily enough, another trope I'm generally not a fan of is love triangles. However, the dynamic of Nate, Chloe, and Elena is handled surprisingly well. While Chloe is rightfully jealous of the way Nate prioritizes Elena, and the two women don't exactly see eye to eye, I really appreciate the fact that they never turn on each other. At least not because of Nate.
Hey, didn't seem to do them much good, but here.
Thanks.
In fact, their mutual familiarity with Nate leads to some fun exchanges.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You gotta be shitting me.
Hello, Nate.
I hate it when he does this.
Tell me about it.
Both women bring out different aspects of Nate's personality. In the end, Chloe realizes that Nate and Elena belong together and gracefully bows out.
Tell me something, Nate.
What?
Do you love her?
Chloe, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Really, it's all right. Just do yourself a favor, cowboy. Tell her.
As a fan of Nate and Elena, I was very happy with this conclusion. Victor Sullivan also makes a welcome return, though sadly, his role in this game is far more limited. For some reason, Sully actually looks slightly younger in this game. I'm pretty sure he's dyed his hair. In my review of Drake's Fortune, I mentioned that I found the antagonists of that game somewhat underwhelming. Thankfully, that isn't the case with this game. Among Thieves sees Nate and co face off against Zoran Lazarevic, played by Graham McTavish. Lazarevich is a genuinely intimidating foe.
So, this little man is Drake.
Unlike the first game, Among Thieves also includes a handful of supporting characters. The most memorable of these is Tenzin, a Tibetan local who rescues Nate before accompanying the player for several chapters.
Yeah, good luck, Belle. I mean, that's almost impossible to... Oh, you did it. Nice.
The mocap for Tenzin was performed by Robin Atkin Downes, who previously played Navarro in Drake's Fortune. However, the character was voiced by actual Tibetan Pema Dondup.
What? Yeah, I still don't speak that.
Despite the language barrier, Nate and Tenzin actually work really well together. The character interactions are, once again, one of the highlights of the game.
Here, take the wheel.
What?
Just take it.
Why didn't you just let me drive in the first place?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah.
In general, the character relationships receive greater focus, something the series would continue to improve on. Don't forget to give this video a like, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Among Thieves takes place 3 years after the events of Drake's Fortune. The story focuses on Marco Polo, specifically his voyage from China to Persia in 1292. Nate and co learn that on this journey, Marco Polo discovered the Chintamani Stone, an enormous sapphire located in the mythical city of Shambhala.
So let me get this straight. You're competing with a psychopathic war criminal for a mythological gemstone?
When you put it that way, it does sound pretty stupid. Yeah, thanks for the input, Jeff.
Among Thieves contains 26 chapters. The game opens with a flash forward, wherein a wounded Nate wakes up to find himself aboard a derailed train hanging off a cliff.
Oh, God.
Not only is this a truly iconic set piece, it is, in my opinion, the best opening to any game in the series. This foreknowledge allows the player to enjoy the dramatic irony when Nate later goes to great effort to get on the train in the first place. The game does eventually revisit the train wreck. However, Nate is far more chatty the second time around, which I do find a little jarring.
They don't build them like they used to.
These kinds of memorable set pieces are far more common in this game. With its more elaborate level designs, Among Thieves features even more climbing than its predecessor. Straying from the path can sometimes trigger a fun little interaction.
Hey, check it out. Marco.
Really?
Come on.
No.
Marco.
Polo.
Fish out of water.
You are so unprofessional.
Despite being more complex, the gameplay is also more streamlined, with less distinction between cutscenes and gameplay. In fact, Among Thieves features some pretty impressive QuickTime events.
We were almost in that.
Thankfully, the shootouts are better spaced, and for the most part, less frustrating. However, this game will make you hate helicopters. And tanks.
Don't you assholes see the helicopter? I got enough trouble already.
Chapter 2 introduces the ability to perform stealth takedowns, which comes up occasionally throughout the game. In place of Francis Drake's diary, Among Thieves introduces Nate's own journal. In addition to hints for solving puzzles, this book also contains a number of jokes and Easter eggs, as well as references to the first game. Much like Drake's Fortune, things take an unexpected turn in Chapter 17, when Nate and Tenzin encounter what appears to be some kind of yeti. Later in the game, it's revealed that this is actually a costume. The occupants of these costumes are the Guardians of Shambhala. Thankfully, the Guardians are less horrifying than the Descendants from the first game. However, they are much harder to kill. Like El Dorado, the Chintamani Stone hides a dark secret. The stone is actually amber, fossilized resin from the Tree of Life. Consuming this resin is what gives the Guardians their superhuman strength and invulnerability. It also turns their skin purple and blackens their teeth. In his efforts to stop Lazarevich from possessing this power, Nate causes enough damage to the tree that the surrounding city begins to collapse, forcing him to flee as Shambhala crumbles around him.
So, no giant sapphire.
Once again, no.
Of course, the game never offers any explanation as to how Shambhala remained hidden all those years despite the open sky above it. Among Thieves was the first game in the series to include a multiplayer. However, the multiplayer servers for Naughty Dog's PS3 games were shut down in 2019. Greg Edmondson returned to compose the soundtrack for Among Thieves. Like the game itself, his score is more elaborate. including a subtly reworked version of the theme dubbed Nate's Theme 2.0. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves is rightfully regarded as one of the best games in the series. It manages to improve on the success of the first game while also expanding the formula, delivering an even more entertaining experience. After such an impressive sequel, fans were excited to see where the series would go in the inevitable third installment, Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future reviews. In the meantime, as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like? Maybe share it with a friend. Or an enemy. Either way, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see more content here on Channel 73.